is Victoria. This is Maria Alvarez, and I'm calling from Allstate Claims Department. I just wanted to let you know that since you're the owner of the vehicle, we need to set up a claim under your policy first, and that would be primary.
Hi, Andy. This is Victoria Hoggett, Ethan's mom.
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I called Maria at the claims office. She kept calling me and saying I needed to call her, so I just did. She said I should call you, that the issue was not with the claims, it was with the office. And so my understanding was that Mrs. Hand, when Ethan went to cancel his car insurance after the girl hit him and his car was totaled, that he was told that the policy could be suspended but kept open. They knew he didn't have a car, but anyway, and they would draft comprehensive every month, and then, but if he did not do that, that he could not get Allstate insurance for 6 months. Is that correct?
They could not get Allstate insurance for 6 months.
Yeah, that's why they told him he needed to keep it open.
No, I think the reasoning for telling him to keep the policy active was that if he did not have an active policy or any active coverage, that Allstate would kick him into an indemnity product if he purchased another car.
They would kick him into what?
Indemnity program, meaning he wouldn't fall into a standard auto program if he cancel the policy and you're not on an active auto policy, then you would be put into the indemnity program. It's just a much more expensive way to purchase insurance. So I think that was the reasoning for trying to keep an active policy on him. Just for the insurability. Did he still own the car?
Now the car, he had his separate insurance with you all, and
Right.
Months ago, I think March or something, he was hit by a 17-year-old and his car was totaled, and that was that insurance. I think Progressive or somebody else. It was not y'all because it was her fault.
Okay.
And so
gotcha.
so they knew when he went to cancel his insurance, they know he didn't have a car.
Okay.
And so when they said to keep it open and that he would have comprehensive, he thought, like, AAA, we're AAA members, and it follows the individual. And that's what he thought, because I told him he couldn't drive our car without insurance, and he said that's why he got his own insurance, so that he would be insured if something happened. And so when he wrecked my car last Saturday, he thought that he had insurance that would cover that. And we thought he had insurance that would cover that.
The actual insurance follows the vehicle, would actually follow the car, not the driver. Now there is such thing as a non-owner's insurance policy. That is something that's in the marketplace. Allstate does not offer that. That's offered through. I've seen it from a couple of companies where there might be someone that's living abroad in a different country. And is coming in, and/or extenuating circumstances like that. That would not. That would take away anything he had. Regardless, the insurance would always follow your vehicle. So no matter who drives it. So if you let me drive it, the insurance on the vehicle that you pay for would follow it.
Yeah.
It would never be my insurance my insurance on my policy.
Well, see, that's when we called AAA, after we found that out about Ethan's, then we called AAA, and they said it was exactly the opposite, that the insurance followed the individual. And so Ethan had no reason to think...
I'm not familiar with with AAA. Where are they coming in on this?
Well, I called them after I found out that Ethan had no insurance that would cover anything. Then I called our AAA policy, because, it says we tow anytime.
Okay, yeah, that's just for towing though. They just do for towing, things of that nature. That would be like AAA they just do that for strictly for towing and unlocking and gas and tires and stuff like that. Now they may have an insurance division, but I'm not 100% familiar with it.
Yeah. Well, they call it AAA insurance, even though it doesn't sound much like insurance to me when you call them up. If I had been there and told the people to tow the car, it would have paid for the tow. But
Yeah, that's right.
since I was not there and the policeman said to tow this car, they
Now,
won't.
you should get reimbursed for towing now.
No, they said it follows the person. That it follows the person.
No. Let me look at your policy, okay?
No, I'm talking about my AAA policy.
Okay. How much was the towing?
I think he charged $250, and now it's up to $3 something because the fellow, Mr. Homan, told us that he would swap the car, the salvage, he'd just take the car, and he'd swap that for the storage and the towing. I mean, he didn't have to tow it 2 miles. And so we said, fine. And then we came home and looked for our title, and we could find, we didn't even know he was demanding that, for salvage. But anyway, Ethan called him. There was an accident, and Eric Ethan or Eric put our license plate switched on our car. So Ethan called to tell me he needed to get that license plate off the car, and so he could put it on the van, because we didn't find out until we went through a roadblock that we had the wrong license swapped on our cars. And that's when Mr. Homan said he would have to bring him the title before he could have his our license plate. So we searched madly for the title, and we couldn't find it. We found the application for it, and so I called and said we could get a fast track title. And at that point, his wife, Mrs. Homan, said she owned Homan's Garage, and that she wasn't honoring him saying that, and that they were going to file that it was abandoned. And this was just a couple days after it was there. And I said, well, it's not abandoned, and I don't want my name in the newspaper. And she said she didn't care.
Okay. Well,
So anyway, so nothing pays for the AAA says we follow the person, but you do realize that Ethan was paying minimal, to be sure, interest for nothing.
That's not an issue though. If we needed to backdate that off, we can backdate that off and get him reimbursed for whatever he was paid. I don't know if she's done that yet or not.
Well, the problem, it's not a problem for you, but it's quite a problem for me, for him relying on the idea. He's not, as you know, a sophisticated insurance buyer. He used to be on our insurance, and so when they said he was covered comprehensively, he thought that meant the word comprehensive. He had no idea. And so he was shocked out of his wits when he called up, and they said that would be glass damage or vandalism to your car.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm saying they knew he didn't have a car, so, I mean, that isn't anything.
Yeah. But, and let me look and see how long ago that is.
But I would not have let him drive my car if I thought he was totally uninsured.
Well, there again, it only follows your vehicle, so you can let anyone drive your vehicle. Anybody drive your vehicle on their driving permission. The coverage is always going to follow your car when it comes to paying out liability, physical damage, coverage. Any coverage that a policy would pay out would specifically follow the car. So it wouldn't have mattered if he was driving or if I was driving when we wrecked it. The coverage is followed to your vehicle for your insurance. It always works that way.
Right, I understand that. I understand that my insurance does not have liability or whatever I needed to have to replace my car. I know I was not carrying that on that 8-year-old car.
It looks like like I said on his, if he doesn't own the vehicle now and it's gone, then we need to. Is he replaced the vehicle? Is he driving?
No, that's why he was driving mine.
Okay. Is he going to be driving? I mean, is he going? Does he live with you guys in the same household now?
No, he has an apartment on the same 10 acres.
Okay. Is he going to go back on your policy?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he would just be driving for quite some time, or
Right now we're down to having lost those 2 cars, we're down to a van with 350,000 miles, which I haven't let him touch the steering wheel. But I suppose, the thing to do would be go ahead and put him back on our policy. How much more would that be?
Well, I'll have to do the endorsement to do it. You can bear with me here. Just let me let me find yours, and then what we need to do is